And we said to the angels, bow down to Adam. They bowed down, except for Satan. He refused, was arrogant, and was one of the disbelievers. But Satan caused them to slip from it, and caused them to depart the state they were in. We said, go down, some of you enemies of one another. And you will have residence on earth, and enjoyment for a while. And they followed what the devils taught during the reign of Solomon. It was not Solomon who disbelieved, but it was the devils who disbelieved. They taught the people witchcraft and what was revealed in Babylon to the two angels Harut and Marut. They did not teach anybody until they had said, we are a test, so do not lose faith. But they learned from them the means to cause separation between man and his wife. But they cannot harm anyone except with Allah's permission. And they learned what would harm them and not benefit them. Yet they knew that whoever deals in it will have no share in the hereafter. Miserable is what they sold their souls for, if they only knew. O people! Eat of what is lawful and good on earth, and do not follow the footsteps of Satan. He is to you an open enemy. He commands you to do evil and vice, and to say about Allah what you do not know. O you who believe! Enter into submission, wholeheartedly, and do not follow the footsteps of Satan, he is to you an outright enemy. Satan promises you poverty, and urges you to immorality, but Allah promises you forgiveness from himself, and grace. Allah is embracing and knowing. That is only Satan frightening his partisans, so do not fear them, but fear me, if you are believers. Have you not observed those who claim that they believe in what was revealed to you, and in what was revealed before you, yet they seek satanic sources for legislation, in spite of being commanded to reject them? Satan means to mislead them far away. Those who believe fight in the cause of Allah, while those who disbelieve fight in the cause of evil. So fight the allies of the devil. Surely the strategy of the devil is weak. Allah has cursed him. And he said, I will take to myself my due share of your servants. And I will mislead them, and I will entice them, and I will prompt them to slit the ears of cattle, and I will prompt them to alter the creation of Allah. Whoever takes Satan as a lord, instead of Allah, has surely suffered a profound loss. He promises them, and he raises their expectations, but Satan promises them nothing but delusions. If only, when our calamity came upon them, they humbled themselves. But their hearts hardened, and Satan made their deeds appear good to them. When you encounter those who gossip about our revelations, turn away from them, until they engage in another topic. But should Satan make you forget, do not sit after the recollection with the wicked people. And do not eat from that over which the name of Allah was not pronounced, for it is abomination. The devils inspire their followers to argue with you, but if you obey them, you would be polytheists. We created you, then we shaped you, then we said to the angels, bow down before Adam, so they bowed down, except for Satan, he was not of those who bowed down. He said, what prevented you from bowing down when I have commanded you? He said, I am better than he, you created me from fire, and you created him from mud. He said, get down from it. It is not for you to act arrogantly in it. Get out. You are one of the lowly. He said, give me respite, until the day they are resurrected. He said, you are of those given respite. He said, because you have lured me, I will waylay them on your straight path. Then I will come at them from before them, and from behind them, and from their right, and from their left, and you will not find most of them appreciative. But Satan whispered to them, to reveal to them their nakedness, which was invisible to them. He said, your Lord has only forbidden you this tree, lest you become angels, or become immortals. And he swore to them, I am a sincere adviser to you. So he lured them with deceit. And when they tasted the tree, their nakedness became evident to them, and they began covering themselves with the leaves of the garden. And their Lord called out to them, "Did I not forbid you from this tree, and say to you that Satan is a sworn enemy to you? O children of Adam! Do not let Satan seduce you, as he drove your parents out of the garden, stripping them of their garments, to show them their nakedness. He sees you, him and his clan, from where you cannot see them. We have made the devils friends of those who do not believe. And when they commit an indecency, they say, 'We found our parents doing this, and Allah has commanded us to do it.' Say, Allah does not command indecencies. Are you attributing to Allah what you do not know? Some He has guided, and some have deserved misguidance. They have adopted the devils for patrons rather than Allah, and they assume that they are guided. And when a suggestion from Satan assails you, take refuge with Allah. He is hearing and knowing. Those who are righteous, when an impulse from Satan strikes them, they remind themselves, and immediately see clearly. But their brethren lead them relentlessly into error, and they never stop short. He made drowsiness overcome you, as a security from him. And he sent down upon you water from the sky, to cleanse you with it, and to rid you of Satan's pollution, and to fortify your hearts, and to strengthen your foothold. Satan made their deeds appear good to them, and said, 'You cannot be defeated by any people today, and I am at your side.' But when the two armies came in sight of one another, he turned on his heels, and said, 'I am innocent of you, I see what you do not see, I fear Allah, Allah is severe in punishment.' And he said to the one he thought would be released, 'Mention me to your master.' But Satan caused him to forget mentioning him to his master, so he remained in prison for several years. And those who patiently seek the presence of their Lord, and pray regularly, and spend from our provisions to them, secretly and openly, and repel evil with good, these will have the ultimate home. And Satan will say, when the issue is settled, 'Allah has promised you the promise of truth, and I promised you, but I failed you. I had no authority over you, except that I called you, and you answered me. So do not blame me, but blame yourselves. I cannot come to your aid, nor can you come to my aid. I reject your associating with me in the past. The wrongdoers will have a torment most painful. And we guarded them from every outcast devil, except one who steals a hearing, and is followed by a visible projectile. Except for Satan. He refused to be among those who prostrated themselves. He said, 'My Lord, since you have lured me away, I will glamorize for them on earth, and I will lure them all away. Except for your sincere servants among them. Over my servants you have no authority, except for the sinners who follow you. When you read the Qur'an, seek refuge with Allah from Satan the outcast. He has no authority over those who believe and trust in their Lord. His authority is only over those who follow him, and those who associate others with him. Tell my servants to say what is best. Satan sows discord among them. Satan is to man an open enemy. When we said to the angels, 'Bow down before Adam,' they bowed down, except for Satan. He said, 'Shall I bow down before someone you created from mud?' He said, 'Do you see this one whom you have honored more than me? If you reprieve me until the day of resurrection, I will bring his descendants under my sway, except for a few.' He said, 'Begone. Whoever of them follows you, hell is your reward, an ample reward. And entice whomever of them you can with your voice, and rally against them your cavalry and your infantry, and share with them in wealth and children, and make promises to them. But Satan promises them nothing but delusion. As for my devotees, you have no authority over them. Your Lord is an adequate guardian. I did not call them to witness the creation of the heavens and the earth, nor their own creation, and I do not take them as leaders for assistants. On the day when he will say, "Call on my partners whom you have claimed." They will call on them, but they will not answer them. And we will place between them a barrier. He said, "Do you remember when we rested by the rock? I forgot about the fish. It was only the devil who made me forget it." And so it found its way to the river, amazingly. Have you not considered how we dispatch the devils against the disbelievers, exciting them with incitement? And when we said to the angels, "Bow down to Adam," they bowed down, except for Satan, he refused. And of the devils were some that dived for him, and performed other, lesser tasks. But we kept them restrained. Among the people is he who argues about Allah without knowledge, and follows every defiant devil. It was decreed for him, that whoever follows him, he will misguide him, and lead him to the torment of the blaze. We never sent a messenger before you, or a prophet, but when he had a desire Satan interfered in his wishes. But Allah nullifies what Satan interjects, and Allah affirms his revelations. Allah is omniscient and wise. In order to make Satan's suggestions a trial for those whose hearts are diseased, and those whose hearts are hardened. The wrongdoers are in profound discord. O you who believe! Do not follow Satan's footsteps. Whoever follows Satan's footsteps, he advocates obscenity and immorality. Were it not for Allah's grace towards you, and his mercy, not one of you would have been pure, ever. But Allah purifies whomever he wills. Allah is all-hearing, all-knowing. And the soldiers of Satan, all of them. It was not the devils that revealed it. It is not in their interests, nor in their power. They descend upon every sinful liar. Satan was correct in his assessment of them. They followed him, except for a group of believers. He had no authority over them, except that we willed to distinguish him who believes in the hereafter, from him who is doubtful about it. Your Lord is guardian over all things. Say, the truth has come, while falsehood can neither originate, nor regenerate. Satan is an enemy to you, so treat him as an enemy. He only invites his gang to be among the inmates of the inferno. He has misled a great multitude of you. Did you not understand? And guarded it against every defiant devil. They cannot eavesdrop on the supernal elite, for they get bombarded from every side. Repelled, they will have a lingering torment. Except for him who snatches a fragment, he gets pursued by a piercing projectile. Inquire of them, are they more difficult to create, or the others we created? We created them from sticky clay. And the demons, every builder and diver. When I have formed him, and breathed into him of my spirit, fall prostrate before him. So the angels fell prostrate, all of them. Except for Satan. He was too proud, and one of the faithless. He said, O Satan, what prevented you from prostrating before what I created with my own hands? Are you too proud, or were you one of the exalted? He said, I am better than he, you created me from fire, and you created him from clay. He said, then get out of here. You are an outcast. And my curse will be upon you until the day of judgment. He said, Lord, defer me until the day they are resurrected. He said, you are one of those deferred. Until the day of the time appointed. He said, by your majesty, I will seduce them all. Except for your loyal servants among them. I will fill hell with you, and with every one of them who follows you. When a temptation from the devil provokes you, seek refuge in Allah, he is the hearer, the knower. Whoever shuns the remembrance of the Most Gracious, we assign for him a devil, to be his companion. They hinder them from the path, though they think they are guided. Until, when he comes to us, he will say, If only there were between me and you the distance of the two easts. What an evil companion! Those who reverted after the guidance became clear to them, Satan has enticed them, and has given them latitude. Satan has taken hold of them, and so has caused them to forget the remembrance of Allah. These are the partisans of Satan. Indeed, it is Satan's partisans who are the losers. Like the devil, when he says to the human being, disbelieve. But when he has disbelieved, he says, I am innocent of you, I fear Allah, the Lord of the worlds. We have adorned the lower heaven with lanterns, and made them missiles against the devils, and we have prepared for them the punishment of the blaze. From the evil of what he created, and from the evil of the darkness as it gathers, and from the evil of those who practice sorcery, and from the evil of an envious when he envies, from the evil of the sneaky whisperer, who whispers into the hearts of people,